Hey guys, with the Catacombs update coming out soon, I'll talk about the top 3 classes you can pick. Those classes to me, and I think other people would definitely agree, are Mage, Healer, and Tank. Why are these 3 the best and not something like Berserker and Archer? Well, I'm going to go over the flaws with the 2 classes and then go over the benefits of going to these other 3. Let's start with Archer. The main issue with Archer is its cooldowns are too long to be useful. And what do I mean by that? So, as you guys know, to crit, you have to charge your bow the full way. So to do your good damage, you have to sit there and be slowed and charge your bow, and you can't really move around that well. So that is a big problem with this class. Also, the cooldowns are too long, which basically make you like a you don't have to stand still to use your abilities, but they're so long cooldown that it doesn't matter. Like a mage has an ability that literally reduces CD of their own class. So Archer could really benefit from having items or something that reduce the cooldown to make it a lot more useful. So they can spam rapid fire instead of be pushed to stand still to do damage with their bow. Like they have a good, kit. It's similar to Mage abilities, but they're just too long cooldown and just inconvenient because they're not cooldown reduced. And just the class itself is generally weak. They do reduce damage and they can survive and do double shots, but it's just not worth it. Like if you want to play range class, you might as well play Mage because it's literally a jack of all trades. So yeah. Next, we're on to Berserker. So Berserker, don't get me wrong, this is definitely a good pick, but it does have an inherent issue. And that would be its passive skill only works on like the floor mobs. Since odds are in a boss fight, you're not going to be killing any mobs, so you're not going to be gaining the bonus damage per hit. Which is kind of lame, but this thing is definitely king at clearing up mobs, especially like later on. I'm thinking like one tap, so maybe use like Lion Pet or something silly like that. Like this is definitely be like a fun class where you just run on bop and everything. Definitely gonna play it, but it's gonna be like on the back burner, like super back burner. But yeah, it also has a cool ultimate skill where it summons 3 minions. So yeah, I think that's pretty cool. So you can basically get like 8 zombie minions if you want it. Hopefully this doesn't count for Reaper Scythe minions. I didn't get to try it on the Alpha because why use the Reaper Scythe when the mob's too strong? Whatever. So now that we made this far into the video, I tell you about the 3 good classes. So why are they good? Well, let's start with Tank. Everyone knows and loves Tank class. It's the most useful class ever in like any dungeons I've ever played. They tank the boss, they tank the hard mobs, it's great. Even in this game, that's exactly what they're doing. They have bonus defense, they get a shield, innate like HP shield, when they get below a certain amount of health, so that's good. And they passively taunt mobs. So that's great. And here's the kicker. Their ultimate skill, 3-minute cooldown, they can pull aggro of everything and take no damage and knockback for 5 seconds. So you don't even need something like the turtle pet on this class. If you time your ultimate ability properly, you're going to be having a great time because you're blocking like really high damage you could be taking that could potentially even kill a tank and just be useful in general. So that's just a great skill. And tank is just insane. Also, they have their other ability just boost their defense. So, like it's a really solid class. People definitely gonna want tanks. You're always gonna want tank, even if you don't think you need one for floor 3. Later on, you're gonna want tank. So keep that in mind. If you want to be useful to like any kind of party, or you're not sure what you want to do, definitely a good class to pick. But there's still 2 more to look at. So next one is Healer. So I'm gonna be like, why Healer? Healer sucks. They don't heal. Well, here is the big kicker. After floor 3, you can no longer passively revive in dungeons. They implemented a passive in Healer where they revive players, and it's about every 100 seconds. So this is only revive people after floor 3 if you have no fairies left, or no fairies at all for that matter. So if you have a teammate die, they can only be rezzed with a healer. So you need a healer in your party 100% after floor 3 and up, because if someone dies, they cannot be rezzed if you use all the souls in the fairy room. And people are probably going to die a lot even later on. So, and you just passive heal, so you help keep the tank alive, help keep your part alive. Really good. Like, definitely top tier class. You might not think so because you'd be like, well, I don't do damage, I'm not useful, it's boring. You can still play the class like a normal class. Just use your abilities, be smart with your gameplay. Just like how you need to be with like every other class. Everything hits really hard. Keep that in mind. Finally, we're on to the Mage class. Probably the best class. Like, people can probably argue, like, Healer would probably put higher than it if I had to, but the utility Mage has, it's the best DPS class, and literally do everything. How can it do everything? Well, its ability is an instant cast beam that travels and hits an enemy. It does reduce damage at a certain distance, so that's fine. But being able to do that level of damage it can do, and reduces cooldown of its spells are good because then it gives access to all of the mana items like AOTD or AOTE, Yeti Sword, Bonza Wand, like all this really good stuff they have access to now at lower cooldown, and they have bonus mana because they're passive. They also have a Guiding Sheep skill, which just by clicking left click, it'll occasionally throw it out, so it's just an AoE nuke. But yeah, this class is definitely number one, and the ultimate skill is like a mob clearing, AoE clearing skill, so that's really good as well. So keep that in mind. But just the utility this class has, like, I know I'm not going into that well, but the utility this class has, the options, it just makes it the best DPS class all around, since it gets access to literally every other thing that other classes can use. Like you can use your the healing wand, no problem. You can use it like French sword, no problem. You have the mana to spare for doing anything you really want with this class. All in all, rating them, I would probably put Mage number 1 or 2, then put Healer after that, then Tank, and then Berserker, and then Archer. You can probably get by without a tank for now, but I think eventually they plan to make it so you need all classes. In the current meta, we don't really need all classes, so keep that in the back of your mind later on if you plan on grinding dungeons a lot. So you might need to have like at least a Berserker and Archer in your back pocket. But, who knows when the day will come. Hopefully Flow 3 comes in the next couple days. I'm really praying for that because I can't wait for the content. If you guys made this video, maybe leave a comment on what class you plan on going, because I'm kind of interested to see what you guys are going to play. I personally plan on playing something like Mage or Berserker, because I think those would be fun for me at least, but everyone has their own playstyle and interests, so yeah. Thanks for watching, guys. I will catch you guys next time, hopefully in dungeons. Take care. Bye.